What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? It is your host with the most, White Boy 7th Street, triple kill with the Crossbow grenade launcher. Are you kidding me? Welcome to some Giants Shadow gameplay. This map is ridiculous. A behemoth blimp has scattered the battlefield with its ruins. I'm going to add to that pile of ruins with a motorcycle right there. But I am so excited there's a new map for Battlefield and Call of Duty. It's so refreshing when you're a big time fan of a multiplayer game. A new map brings so much joy to me. You have no idea how much fun I had getting these crazy clips and stunts for this video. I'm gonna go on some nice kill streaks a little bit later on this video as well. But Call of Duty and Battlefield have new map. Well, Battlefield only has one map. Call of Duty has 6 new maps. And I would argue that you could fit 2 or 3 Call of Duty maps in a Battlefield map, especially the game operations is so different than the game of Conquest, and I love how every game of Battlefield is different. I was getting so sick of playing BOG on Call of Duty, and yeah, some Battlefield maps get a little bit repetitive, but I mean, you can switch up your playstyle so much. You could be a medic, then you could go to a sniper, and that's a whole different game. And as a medic, you're right in the thick of things trying to revive people. As a sniper, you're in the back line shooting threes. So anyways, I gotta say the support class has increased a lot, and they have been buffing it for a long time now, and I like where support's going. There's a lot to take out tanks and counter tanks. I know that was a big complaint for a lot of new players to the series. To be fair to the Battlefield designers, in real life a tank is OP, so it should be powerful, but I like that there's more weapons to counter the tanks, and especially a grenade launching crossbow. I think that's absolutely amazing. I want to go on a nice little flank here with the cavalry sword and get a few melee kills. The opening clip of this video was pretty similar, where the enemy teams are kind of clueless. This map is kind of linear, and if you're controlling the blimp, which is the C and the D flag, you kind of got the center of the map, and if you control one of the connecting flags, either the B or the E, A, B, C, yeah, that's right, you can kind of tell where the enemies are going to be spawning, and all the people like get into the blimp and look one way, so they're very vulnerable to get flanked. And I got 2 little clips here just having fun with the plane. I think this is totally worth it right here. You see a bomber, I'm gonna beast mode this bomber, get a triple kill. It almost takes me out. Listen to my squad mate and me trying to survive here.
Hey, do we need a repair, or can you land this? Or should we bail?
We have lost objective Freddy.
Alright. GG.
Man, I really thought I could land the plane, and as you can see on this map, there's a lot of open fields that you can land planes, and snipers, if you do get into an advantageous spot, there's not many of them, because as you can see, this map is pretty open, but if you get into a nice little spot, you can do some damage. Unfortunately, I'm going to get so many hit markers on this clip because I'm using the wrong scope for this range. I hit them for 94. It's got to be kind of frustrating, but they're going to get a little bit closer, and I just had fun being 99 damage. Come on! I just had fun sniping. Oh my god, another 94. I'm getting so triggered watching this. But this map may look familiar to a lot of you Battlefield fans because it is from the single player campaign, or at least inspired from the single player campaign. That tank takes out the water tower, almost my head as well, but I'm going to put some cover in between me and the tank, drop a tripwire grenade right there in case anyone wants to run up on me, and just hope the tank leaves me alone. So now they're getting into range. My rifle's a little bit more effective, but you can see these rolling hills. There are a few places to snipe. I think this is one of those maps where it really pays off taking a few extra seconds to flank around and get a nice position on the enemy team. You gotta see right here in the water tower, it's doing pretty good. Where did this guy come from? And I shoot him right in the face. I have the tripwire bomb right there. Can someone tell me what happened right there and how he got there? Did he just climb the ladder and my tripwire was defaulty? I didn't even get a hit marker. And I'm like, okay, I gotta switch to a real sniper rifle right here. But you're gonna see me get into the heat of the battle right here, and it's not gonna work as good as being on that water tower. all the enemies are kind of concentrated. It's a big battle, and I like this style of war right here, but I don't know if it's as effective as doing that little flank. And you seen with the saber earlier and the knife kill streak that I went on, you just really have to flank them a little bit, and they're gonna have their backs turned to you. You can see all these people that I can spot, they're looking at me. I mean, they're not shooting me because I'm kind of hidden right here, but flanks are really good on this map is what I'm trying to say. Technically, that's a good tip for every first-person shooter ever, duh. But on this map, it's it's not super linear, but the battles seem to be pretty linear, where the enemies are I mean, maybe it's just because it's a new map and people just go, okay, if they're coming from E, they gotta go to D. That's the logical. But look at the map layout. It's a wall of blue dots. So, and all those blue dots are looking one direction. So that's what I'm trying to say. Now, I thought it was very interesting that they had a fallen behemoth blimp in the middle of the map, but if you're losing, you get reinforced by a train. Now, one thing I'm doing right here is I'm using the motorcycle to pierce the enemy lines. I went straight through 2 tanks, risking my life, which was pretty risky, but I'm going to pull off a nice little flank here, and you got to see that it pays off if I'm any good at the game, but I kind of suck. Anyways, so there's this fallen behemoth in the background, which is pretty cool, but if you're losing, a train reinforces you. Now, I was thinking, well, shouldn't they have another behemoth blimp reinforce you? But then, wasn't there only one Heisenberg and then it crashed? The blimp Heisenberg? I don't think they had multiple of those big behemoth blimps back in like World War II days or whatever. So I know it's not super accurate and realistic, but then I started to think, what if the winning team got a blimp and the losing team got the train? Now, I know if they added a blimp on this map, there would be so much debris. There would be a graveyard of behemoth bones everywhere. But I was thinking, if Battlefield wanted to take it to the next level, wouldn't they have one behemoth versus another behemoth? Maybe it would have to be a new game type or conquest, huge, supported by Trump. But I think this would be an interesting idea. I don't know if it would work or be fun. I mean, some people really don't like the behemoths because the losing team gets it. So what if the winning team got a weaker behemoth and the losing team got a super strong behemoth? I think the blimp gets kind of canceled out by the train. If you would have the blimp versus the train would win. And if you had the blimp versus the boat would win. Just because they have a few anti-aircraft guns and they're really powerful. But, I mean, the blimp can do some serious damage, but it's not that hard, especially if you got big guns focusing the blimp's turrets. They get destroyed pretty easily just by one AA gun on the ground. Another thing I like about this map, the AA guns seem a lot more balanced. There's only like 2 or 3 of them on the map from what I can tell. So as a pilot fan of flying the planes, I appreciate that a lot, and I found it a lot more enjoyable to fly around in the skies. So let me know in the comments down below, what do you think about a behemoth versus behemoth game type, where one team's got to get the blimp, one team get a train? I mean, that'd be so crazy. I mean, what if one team got a train, one team got the boat? Who wins there? Rock, paper, scissors, boat, blimp, train, who wins? What is the meta? The behemoth meta. Let me know in the comments down below who would win who. Leave a like as well if you enjoyed this Shadows of Giants, Giant Shadows gameplay on the new map. I'm going to have a lot of fun. They're adding new things. I like that a lot. I hope they continue to add equipment. I think the snipers are so above all other classes that they should just keep on improving the other. Oh my god, where did this bike come from? I almost got road. I got so scared. This bike came out of nowhere. Where is he? What? Huh? I think it would be really cool if they just continued making every single class more awesome and give it more options and more equipment, because I feel like one little change to Battlefield, you know, there's no games of Battlefield that are going to be the same, because it's so diverse, but the more equipment that they add to these games, it's got to add even more numbers into the equation to make each game even more unique and just more crazy only in Battlefield moments. Crossbow grenade launcher, I'm so hyped for this. I'm a big fan of unorthodox weapons, and it's pretty good. So thank you guys for watching. I had a lot of fun making this video for you guys. I hope you enjoyed it. I like talking Battlefield. I like talking video games. It's kind of my life. And so I do appreciate you listening 10 minutes into this video. I hope you learned something. Bye-bye.
That was a bad time for me to spawn.